Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad of the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk.
Good evening, wherever you're listening and watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to another edition of the Make We Talk program. Tonight we're going to speak, or this evening is now 7:31. It is 6:31 in Kingston City, Jamaica. For those who are watching us from beyond the shores of Jamaica, good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to another edition of the Make We Talk program. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk program as we come to you this evening. Many of us this afternoon would have listened, would have watched, would have seen what is going on from within Jamaica. And many of us would say to ourselves, this nation of ours is in crisis. And, you know, many of us would say that this nation is in crisis. And it is. Because when you see Jamaicans, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, when you see Jamaicans get up and say there's nothing wrong in what is going on in the country, and Jamaicans for Justice only believe or only speak about when criminal do things. And today is a day, and honestly, I am here and I'm lost for words. 17-year-old shot 5 times in his back. No justice for that 17-year-old. And don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong this afternoon or this evening. Please, do not get us wrong. Do not get me wrong. Because when we see what is going on in our country, and when we see the live feed, courtesy of Andre Stevenson, and I must lift my hat to Andre for going out there. And I know sometimes Andre not feeling well, because I know he's diabetic, but he goes out there at times to make sure that justice is being given and seek justice for our fellow Jamaicans. When I watched the video today, the live feed out of Kingston, Jamaica, my heart goes out to my fellow Jamaicans. And when I say my heart goes out to my fellow Jamaicans, because it does. Everything in this country has become political. Every single thing in this country has become, whether it PNP or JLP. If you decide to take to the streets of our country to protest, you're a dirty laborer or you're a dirty comrade. And they're dubbing JFJ as an arm of the People's National Party. When Karen Gomes, and I believe that JFJ was formed under the Bruce Golding administration with Karen Gomes, if my memory serves me correctly. And when I said the former director of the Jamaican for Justice, Miss Caroline Gomes, leave from overseas to come to Jamaica for this protest, it shows you, because she said over 20-something years, and this is still going on. Over 20-something years, and this is still going on. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Who wants to wear blue, wear blue. Who wants to wear red, wear red. But I believe that the leaders of the country should be neutral. I believe, and I must say thanks to Andre Stevenson again, because Andre went out there that I could have a live feed. And I lift my hat to that young man, because he go out there and he fight. And he's getting fight, you know. Many of us don't know that Andre is getting fight from the upper hands of society, you know. But, you know, that is how life is. And I hope and I pray that he continue fighting the fight. Don't give up, no matter what it is. I may not take tea sometime, or in whatever Andre may say sometime, but we're all Jamaicans and we're all bloggers. and I will support him in whatever way I can. Today, when I was watching the live feed, and I saw some members of the media fraternity out there in blue, I shook my head. I heard Andre give out and say, "If nationwide under blue." But what makes me really look in depth into this country is when you have the political leaders, the prime minister and the deputy prime minister, who should remain neutral, wearing blue. So in other words, the prime minister and the deputy prime minister is supporting the police in whatever they do. You can go out there and shoot and ask question after. I want to play something here. What the prime minister, a news item from the prime minister. I want to play this thing here. A news. Oh yes, a news item from the prime minister. And when you listen to what the prime minister is saying, sorry, my students, and I think say good afternoon to you people. Sorry, my students and other students from other platform. Good evening to you. Good night wherever you are. Good morning wherever you are. Thank you for joining the Make We Talk program. Thank you so much. I am so, I don't know the word to say when I sit and I see what is going on in my country. When I tell you that Jamaicans don't want to go out to do anything. Prime example today. People may say I'm all over the place. I'm not all over the place. A prime example today. I soon play the feed of what the prime minister said. I soon play that. Jamaicans from all walks of life could have come down, and today was the opportunity for members of the transport sector to stage a protest with Jamaicans for Justice, because members of the transport sector has been brutalized and beaten by police. Members of the transportation sector, police take out their batons and beat older taxi driver men, young men, beat them mercilessly, and nothing comes out of it. But you don't see any member of the transport sector out there, yet they will go on their platforms and they will murmur. You don't see majority of Jamaicans who have been suffering on the hands of police brutal killing. You don't see them out there. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Everybody is entitled to do what they want to do. But I will say tonight to members of the transport sector, don't murmur. Do not get up tomorrow morning and murmur when a police stop on or a police start beating you. Don't get up and murmur. And to my other fellow Jamaicans beyond the shores of Jamaica or in Jamaica, who family members who do not go out there, but when they have Jamaica Carnival, they're out there jumping up and down. When they have an artist released from prison, they're out there jumping up and down. When election is called, shower labor rights and comrades hanging off of bus windows, blowing horns and all over the place. And that is why many of the times you ask yourself the question, why are we coming on platforms after platforms talking on the behalf of the Jamaican people when they have given the opportunity? And as I said this morning on my platform, that you have the opportunity to go out there. You don't have to go and ask for a police permit to protest Jamaicans for Justice already did that. All you have to do is go out there. It doesn't matter what placards you have. Go out there. You did not. So when you have, don't get me wrong, police have a right to shoot gunmen when they go on with their antics. But when you're gonna beat a young man because he was walking with 2 other students and he said, I don't like police, beat him mercilessly. When you're gonna beat Mario Dean till Mario Dean went into a coma and died. When are gonna put 25 bullets in young Grandis in the grill? Huh? When are gonna pump 27 bullets in the back of Keith Clark? Those are the things that we must speak about. And many of us in this country, because it is not at our doorstep, we don't say nothing. We keep it quiet. Because it don't come to our doorstep, we don't have to say nothing about it. We're not business. But when that's what they would say, when they would ever hit the fan, we're calling on everybody to come and help us. The opportune time was today for us to send a clear and present message. When Andre Stevenson said on his live that the place was rampacked with police, and when he starts showing the police, you ask yourself the question, why did the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, send out so much police? That is to show you that Jamaica has become a military state. Our nation is in crisis. It is right for them to come out to see that the law is protected. It's right for them to come out to see that there's no lawlessness. But good God Almighty, why you have so much police officers out there, Prime Minister? All on top of the JUTC looking down. As if Jamaicans for Justice is a terrorist group, as what the chairman for the Police Federation said. The chairman for the Police Federation is accusing Jamaicans for Justice to be in a terrorist group. Is it that the Americans must start to investigate Jamaicans for Justice now? Because the chairman of the Jamaica Federation, Police Federation, is saying that Ms. Michael Jackson and other members of JFJ is a terrorist organization. Is this the nation that we're living in? An opportune time for us today to do what we're supposed to do, but we're afraid. Because the Prime Minister is using, the Prime Minister of this country, along with the Deputy Prime Minister, is using the police to shut up the Jamaican people. Is that the case, Prime Minister Holness? Is that the case? You're using the police. When you look around the transport center today, apart from Andre Stevenson live feed, I was getting calls left, right, and center. I got pictures to show how much police was on top of the JUTC. Were there marks? Were there sniper police on the building across from the JUTC, the Jamaica National Building? Why were there so much police out there? A counter protest. Jamaicans for Justice not protesting against the police in this country. Jamaicans for Justice protesting against the level of judicial killing in this country. The level of where the police is misbehaving. And the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, who should have remained neutral, is saying to the Jamaican people that they're in support of what the police is doing. Shoot and ask question after. Beat up student, 15-year-old. We The Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister is supporting you all to do it. This is the country that we're living in. And those are the people who will come and ask you for a third term. If there was a artist in the heart of Halfway Tree today, down there to rampack with people. If there was an artist in the heart of Halfway Tree today, you wouldn't have place to drive or walk. If there was a big dance hall going on in the heart of Halfway Tree, the road will be blocked from Hope Road, Mullines Road, Hagley Park Road. There'll be nowhere for you to walk or drive. Nowhere. And the Jamaican people today sat at home, did nothing. And when they're done, they call the family overseas begging and say, lad, where they going down and we not like when they can't do something. What more must we do? What more must we do as a nation and as a people? Good evening, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, Jeffrey. I told you that the Prime Minister is using the security forces to try and capture the third term. I have seen it happening, and Marlon Morgan reinforced it yesterday because he literally incited violence against peaceful protests. And he's using the police force to drive fear in the people. And that is what the PNP has to counter now and into the general election.
Not the PNP must counter it, sir. It's the people of this country. The people of this country, sir. They are the one who stand up, not the People's National Party.
Jeffrey, but the people are not organized. When you look outside Transport Center today, I hear poor people, poor uneducated bystanders saying police must just kill them off because they're a criminal. Look, this is the kind of country we are operating in, where the GLP is just taking advantage of uneducated people because no sensible human being can agree with police to go and kick down door and just shoot down people in the sanctuary of their home. Can you imagine you're in your home and you cannot be spared in your home? Police just lick off door or order you to come outside and execution style. So they are playing on the illiteracy or the arrogance of the people. Today was a good protest to send a message to the government, and as you said, police line every crevices and corners today of Halfway Tree in the surrounding of the transport center.
As if there was something dramatic going on, as if there was a big dramatic thing going on where people are looting and things are mashing up in the country. Huh?
Andrew Holness gave support to them, and Marlon Morgan told us what would have happened today. So whatever Andrew Holness want to be done with the police force, that is what will happen. So the same thing they said yesterday is the same thing happened today. So the police force is not independent anymore. It is definitely taking instruction from the GLP.
Let me ask you a question, caller. You're a well-versed individual in many ways. When you look and see what is going on in our country, Jamaica, where Jamaicans for justice, yes, they may not come out sometimes to speak about what is going on in the country. We agree. There's some fault with Lady Jackson, who's the director, and the entire Jamaicans for Justice.
Like what kind of fault?
Many faults are there, but let's not get into that part as yet.
I know she is not persistent as Dr. Carlin Gomes,
right,
but at least she's there trying to hold the organization. And
together.
Actually, I was impressed with her interview today with TVJ at the protest.
Indeed.
She did a good interview,
I'm
yes, and I am impressed because I know that she was not the best to lead the organization. You need somebody with a stronger background to apply pressure towards a corrupt and dangerous police force, and even, to send a message to the prime minister who was encouraging the police to go and kill with impunity. So that was some of her deficiencies, but it seems as if she's developing herself right now
yes, and
into a worthy president of the organization.
yes, and I'm not gonna go down that road as yet. What I want to ask you though, when you look on the transport center today, surrounded by members of the JCF in the numbers, the communication director of the JCF, Stephanie Lindsay, was out there too, and other people.
So,
Hold on. When you see those things, sir, and you don't see an influx of Jamaicans going out there, standing up, because listen to me, you have Jamaicans within the inner city who has felt the hands and the brutality of the security forces in this country, sir. You don't see them out there.
yes,
Because
is 107 persons have been killed so far, and we are just at the end of April. And big countries, big cities in the US where you have so many guns and criminals, and the numbers are much smaller. Can you imagine? A man called you today from Florida, and he was encouraging the police to go out there and kill people. So I ask you, or to ask him, if he would feel satisfied if Florida police were to adopt the same kind of policing that Jamaica has right now. How would he feel to know that his door can be kicked off and he can be killed? Or he could be driving on the road and got caught up in shootout with police or whatever. You see, they are just saying these things because they are not in imminent danger of the police.
And I tell you something to you, sir. I bet you, I saw a protest in Guyana yesterday evening, and they were using rubber bullets. I bet you any money, if there was an eruptor of maybe say violence in Halfway Tree today, where a mass crowd was out there and they decide, say, okay, they have had enough of this bloody nonsense, they don't loot and go on with the nonsense. I bet you the JCF would use live rounds on its own people.
But the prime minister would have instructed them to go out there and kill it with impunity in Halfway Tree today, because look here, when they're out there today, they drove fear in the hearts of the people,
Yes.
And those people would want to come and join the protest, saw a lot of police and just walked away, because they could want to stay there and detain people too, You have to look, why you don't see a lot of young men out there today? They were afraid of being detained and defame or telling lie on them that they are involved in crime, right? So they are afraid to go. It's a rogue government we have in operation now, Jeffrey. So you're not going to find a lot of people going towards those protests. Because if it is not in the interest of a corrupt regime, they're going to send out some serious messages that do not go and support this protest. And Marlon Morgan said it yesterday. He was speaking on behalf of the Prime Minister. This guy is speaking on so many sensitive issues, and he's not even a minister of government.
He's not even been, he only get a stipend, but he's been sitting on so many boards, it's unbelievable.
Boy, Jeffrey, I'm telling you, the fear that I saw, they're driving in the hearts of the people today.
Honestly, when Andre Stevenson went out there, and I got the live feed from his channel, and I heard Andre say there's so much police, and he started show. I'm like, what the hell? And then I start getting pictures left, right, and center. I'm like, what on earth is going on here? They were sent there to really put fear in the Jamaican people's mind and hearts.
Yes, so those who wanted to go out and support would have just turned away. They would have just diverted around the perimeter of the transport center instead of joining. Because remember, guns drawn, the police have their guns out. Young men don't want to be caught up with them now, because if a young man is detained right now, is held to get lawyer and get out of lockup right now, It's a serious, brutal regime in effect right now. So young intelligent men who wanted to go to that protest would not turn up, Jeffrey, because if police handcuff them and put them in custody, their parents don't have any 10,000 US to pay a lawyer to get them out. And when the police concocting their stories and fling the book at you, you could be exposed in jail for many months before your case even reach anywhere. So nobody not going out there to take that risk with this brutal regime.
And what hurt most of all, caller, is when the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister said that they're in solidarity with the police and they're going to wear blue. And they support the police.
It hurts me badly. It hurts me badly, because poor people who are being killed and brutalized do not have anybody to protect them, because, as you rightly said, JFJ doesn't have that power to really push back on illegal operations in the police force, neither in the come. So these victims are left to their own demise with nobody to help them. And the police, as a federation, they have government, they have the Prime Minister, they have the Minister of National Security, right? They have everybody to protect them.
And
they also have a lot of powers already, with the powers of arrest. They have guns carrying, they have ammunition, they have helmet, all sort of stuff.
And when
the pure people who they are killing have nothing, Jeffrey.
And when you have a lady who's crying for her son, young Mario Dean, who was beaten to death at the Barnett Street police station, you hear nothing from the Prime Minister, nor the Deputy Commissioner of Police, the twiddly dum-dum, Curly, Larry, and Mo. And when you have young Grandison from Negril, 22 bullets pump into him. When you have Keith Clark, wife and daughter mourning, 27 bullets pump into Keith Clark. And the Prime Minister of this country is saying that he's in solidarity.
And I saw Pilgrim made a comment on your program a while ago, saying that the police are hitting their targets. Pilgrim, are you saying that you're giving the right to the police as to who dies or lives? Are you saying that we should eradicate due process and just give the police this awesome powers to kill with impunity? So what about the judicial system?
But not only killing, sir. The police believe that when they stop you, they have a right to beat you. When the police stop that young 15-year-old young man with the two girls, ask him first, or you give him a search. And because the young man said, I don't like police, they beat him? Is this what we're saying that they should do?
Let me tell you something. The police have no powers to be killing people with impunity. The duty of the police is to arrest and charge. You can only fire in self-defense or to protect property, and that action must be proportionate with that of imminent danger coming from the other party. No police have the power to be going around and killing people with impunity. Where they are racked up so many killings right now, it reached 107 people. No police have that power.
And I bet you, sir, I bet you any money, sir, that before the middle of the year, or before the end of September, 1,000 Jamaicans been murdered in this country by police. I bet you any money.
Of course, the Prime Minister gave them the blanket right to go out there and do it. And they are in breach of the Constitution, because the Constitution says you have a right to life. Life is sacred. When they're going around and killing people like that, it's not good for the country. That is called lawlessness. many children would be left behind hungry because the parents would have been perished under the hands of the police.
But don't get me wrong, you know. You have some of these men in this country who go around with guns shooting people as if they're in the Wild West. They must be gunned down, don't get me wrong. But what I'm
Why,
speaking
Jeffrey,
about,
I
hold on for
can't
me.
say they should be gone down, only
Hold
if
on for me. Hold on for me.
the police
Hold on for
officer
me, sir.
face imminent threat.
Hold on for me, sir. Hold on for me. But when you have the police force who goes around, kick off people door, the person who they're looking for is in bed, no gun around there. Okay? They don't see any gun. They take him out and they put him to kneel down. And if there wasn't a camera there, we wouldn't see this. And they shoot him executional style. It begs to ask the question, is this the way going forward in this country? That
I'm
nobody...
talking about targeted operation without any search warrant or warrant of arrest. Then they don't have no targeted operation, my friend. They're just going around and put some people names on lists and slaughter them. And then along the way, they probably see some innocent young men and also slaughter them, because that's why the number have arose so high.
And
If they were under control, the numbers could never reach 107 people, and this is the end of April. They are in breach of the Constitution, and the government is a rogue government. That is why they support the police to go around and do this damage to society.
And one will believe, one would have believed rather, that when you see the police going around beating our school children with that iron baton, you don't hear the prime minister come out and condemn it. Not a word in English. And those people, those are the people that he will go to their homes and beg for another for a third term.
Jeffrey, I know when you say, well, the government is doing this dangerous thing on their own, but I think the opposition should come out and speak out, because I'm telling you something, that the opposition will be affected by the actions of the police in the upcoming election. It is clear that there will be problems, because remember, we were concerned when Andrew Holness was recruiting army heads in critical position in government. Remember that?
Yes.
And we saw it was festering.
Yes, my friend. Thank you for calling. I have a next call coming. You can call me back, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the Jamaica Talk program. You're live. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Toronto, Canada.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. You're live.
Hey, Jeff. Oh, I'm live?
Yeah, man. You're live on here. I'm live. My channel is live. Go ahead.
Well, that's good, man. That's good, because I got a big one for you.
What happened?
You want to hear this one now? You heard about in Jamaica, they got a new water meter that they installing that they call a hydrous water meter, right? It's a digital water meter.
But tease the people them some more.
No, I'm going to tell you, I do a research on the meter. So it's a German technology, right? So it's basically have a supersonic. It record the water, but it recording by supersonic sound. That's how it register the reading of the water. But this water meter, what it does, it record both in and out as usage. That means, a lot of Jamaican people have a storage tank. I would say 20% of the Jamaican population have a storage tank. And that's why people complaining that since they install this water meter, they get in a high bill. Because what happened? After a while, the check valve doesn't hold because of the chlorine.
Hold on for me, sir. Hold on for me. I wish you were listening to what I'm talking about. I'm not aware of that meter. I've never heard about that meter before. What I would say to you, can you send me pictures of the meter you're talking about? The research you did on it, that we can look at it and, maybe talk about it?
Yeah, man, I'm going to send it to you right now.
All right, because what we're talking about now, are you aware of Jamaican for Justice had a protest in Jamaica this today?
No, I didn't aware of it. I just coming off work.
Well, that's what we're talking about now, because Jamaican for Justice had a protest in Halfway Tree. And
Okay.
very few Jamaicans went out there because the Prime Minister instruct the Commissioner of Police to send out the entire JCF out there.
Mm.
The entire JCF was out there.
Well, that's a regular thing that them doing at Jamaica, you know, because remember they got to keep the people silent, right? They got to muzzle people them so they cannot talk, right? Because they don't want the truth to get out. So whenever people start to protest, the government are gonna try to put it down, right? Because you got to keep the people them silent. You got to keep the people them, because especially in election year, and the Prime Minister is going around and giving out so many houses. Him not want him thing to look bad. So you don't know if you have a protest, you're gonna do everything to kind of quash it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just politics, right?
Yeah, man.
But tell you what, I'm gonna send you this information. When you look into it, I'm gonna send all the details to you. I'm gonna send it to you within the next 5 minutes. And then after you get off the program, I will call you and we talk about it, okay?
All right, man, no problem. Thanks much.
All right, good. All right. Have a good one.
Okay. Good evening, welcome to the Make We Talk program. You're live.
Yes. Good night, Sir Jeffrey.
Good night, sir.
Yes, Sir Jeffrey. I'm so upset sometimes. And maybe I am wrong. Yes, good night, Sir Jeffrey.
Go ahead, man. I'm hearing it.
Right.
Turn off your TV in the background.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, Sir Jeffrey.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I'm not using a TV. I'm in my vehicle.
Well, there's an echo coming in, and are you using me on speaker in the car?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Yeah, please do.
You hear now?
Much better. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm wrong, Sir Jeffrey, but you know, yeah, I don't know if I'm wrong, Sir Jeffrey, but I don't understand with these people. You see, when we're talking, we always say why government, we are starting to say why the government, the opposition needs to do something. But when I look for the crowd today at that demonstration, you have a lot of people who lose their loved ones at all, but why don't they come out, Sir Jeffrey, and demonstrate? Why we are different constantly? The opposition need to say something. Opposition say something and people are not doing nothing.
You know something, sir? You are perfectly right. Because I asked the question today. Even the taxi drivers who are beaten by the security forces, the taxi drivers who get on call for tickets, all they do is just chat on their platforms, you know. They don't come out and do nothing. People who lost their loved ones, they stay home. Because what the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security did was to send out the entire JCF around the transport center. Is it, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing. I'm listening.
Yes. So that is what is going on, sir. The people refuse to come out. For what reason, we don't know. Is it that they're afraid to? According to what I'm hearing, some people afraid.
Sir Jeffrey, them cannot. Sir Jeffrey, them cannot be afraid, and at the same time, Sir Jeffrey, I see them demonstrate. I see them demonstrate against police when police shooting. Right? So why them afraid? Sir Jeffrey, when I listen to your program, you know, and sometimes I say, you talk a lot of facts. Look for how many people demonstrate against principal of the school. And then you have an activist that take place and then the school lockdown. So parents going to demonstrate against it.
And not only
See?
that, not only that, sir.
Just to understand when people say the government, the opposition need to talk. Talk and people them not doing nothing, it don't make sense.
But not only that, you know,
sense,
sir.
Jeffrey.
Not only that, you know, sir, if you're hearing me, not only that, you know. When you see the police, sir, can beat a 15-year-old, huh? And nothing Not one single Jamaican get up and say, no man, this can't work. The only person I hear speak out, apart from we bloggers and Andre Stevenson and others, is Lady Donna Scott Motley, Senator Donna Scott Motley, who came out and speak out about what is going on. And this Prime Minister, who has 2 sons and his wife, never have the decency to come out and say to the police officers, this can't continue. None of them came out and condemned the beating of the 15-year-old. None of them came out and condemned Maria Dean's death. None of them came out and said, no man, Maria Dean's death has been going on for far too long. It's time for Maria Dean's case to wrap up now. Justice must come out of this. Nothing.
Sir Jeffrey.
Go ahead, man. Stop listening to what you're listening to and listen to me.
Yeah, Sir Jeffrey. As I may I tell you, when we say the 15-year-old beating, eye full of water, but Sir Jeffrey, when I look on it, for it the government to come out, when those three little child, that 3 little people die, lose their life. If I never did the phone, if I never did the booth, but them draw money, we only see what take place. You know, the government said nothing. And then you see them still about them. Remember, 3 look at the guy lose them life, Jeffrey. And none of them said nothing up to today. Even when it's show up on a pit, even it's show up. And them see it. Them still not do nothing about it, Jeffrey. And the people in Jamaica just sit, and then most of us, Sir Jeffrey, that don't like, we live overseas, and we come and we talk some things, and we say something different up here. You think the police up here can see a 15-year-old with 2 girls and walk and just stop him, search him and beat him? And you know, the whole American come out against it? And we live up here and we are giving the police them right at Jamaica. I think they know, when we watch it and listen to Sir Jeffrey, my eye full of water. My eye full of water.
You know?
Well, I will live and know overseas run. And we accept. But as I call on a program, I tell a man, Sir Jeffrey, you see the victim always get the blame. Because when you look on Sir Jeffrey, if a little girl walk along the road in a little short, that man sexually harass her. You know what them say? She shouldn't walk along the road in that short. Them don't blame the man who do it, you know. They blame she. They might blame the youth now, so the youth shouldn't tell the police them like police.
But sir, in the constitution of this country, sir, the Jamaican Constitution, the Charter Fundamental Right, subsection 11, I think, said that you have a right for peaceful assembly. You have a right for freedom of speech. The young man was exercising his fundamental right of freedom of speech by saying, I don't like police.
Yes.
And nothing, absolutely nothing comes out of this.
May I give back somebody attack, Sir Jeffrey, and go and lift them. I'm so upset about this thing.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to play something here. When the more calls come in, let me play something here. And I'm going to send this to my good friend Wilfred right again. I want to play something here. I can play this first. Listen to this.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness.
Hold on, not this one. This one.
The Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, and his deputy, Dr. Horace Chang, both wore blue on Tuesday in a show of solidarity with the police amid criticism from human rights lobby group Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ. Minister and Dr. Chang both made statements of support by their words and dress.
Depending on who you ask, Tuesday was either a black or blue day. Human rights lobby group Jamaicans for Justice and their supporters wore black as they called for accountability as the number of police killings climbed past the 100 mark in April. But the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, who also heads the security portfolio, made their loyalties clear as they undertook engagements on Tuesday. The Prime Minister was first to voice his support for the Blues.
When our murder rate reaches the sub 1,000, which it will this year, that is going to send a signal to business people and to the rest of the world that Jamaica is serious about making our country a destination, not just for tourists to go into all-inclusive hotels, but to make Jamaica a destination for people to visit and for businesses to come and operate. So I wear full blue today to show my support for our security forces in ensuring that Jamaica is a safe place.
Opening the sectoral debates in the House of Representatives, the Deputy Prime Minister and Security Minister called out those who decided to wear black. He questioned where was the support for the families of victims of crime.
I understand there are two things happening. I'm dressed in blue, not only because I support the police call and demonstrate it physically, and they deserve all the support they can do. They're working hard. Not be critical of the others who have other thoughts, but I think it would be appropriate that if there are some people, many of them I gather, a few there are, but there are some significant leaders of churches involved, would at least be giving some consideration to the 230 families of lost people, lost their family members to criminal actors.
The Security Minister called on Jamaicans to remember those who are robbed of their parents because of crime and violence. He says many of them do not ever recover from the trauma.
There's nothing and no organization in the society that tend to deal with the orphans created by criminals. It's a serious error. I have them in my constituency. I think of many. They're difficult to treat. I have cases I can recall. I just say the young man who was shot down in the presence of his three sons. I found the resource to send them to psychiatrists. Psychologists provide support for school, but the trauma was unbearable. Two are dead by the gun and one in jail.
Dr. Chang says all Jamaicans should celebrate the 36% reduction in murders being recorded. He says 131 fewer Jamaicans have been killed because of the efforts of law enforcement. Mahiri
Now tell me something. I want you to listen to something else now. What the Prime Minister said that I find so hypocritical. And I believe that this man needs to see a psychiatrist. Listen to this.
The Prime Minister, Dr.
No, hold, not this one. This one here.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the government will never allow members of the JCF to abuse the power and resources handed to them.
I will be the first to tell you that my administration will never sit by and allow our state forces to act in a way that wantonly abuses the human rights of our citizens.
Now, tell me something now. I wish I had the video to show now of how they beat that school student. And the Prime Minister have the nerves and the temerity to come and say that he will never allow the security forces to breach the fundamental rights of a Jamaican citizen? Is this Prime Minister living in a deja vu world? Huh? Listen to some more what this man is saying.
That must never happen, and I want to reinforce that point and say it very loudly. That will never happen under my watch.
You're a damn liar. You are a pathologically mendacious individual. Something is wrong with you. It happened under your watch. You allow it to happen. It happened under your watch, Prime Minister. You allow it to happen. The police beat the 15-year-old. The police beat numerous taxi drivers and bus drivers under your watch, Prime Minister, and you do nothing about it. That is infringing on the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people. And you, Prime Minister, sit by and says nothing. And you have the audacity this evening to be saying this to the people of this country? How dare you? How dare you?
We have worked very hard to transform the JCF.
According to the Prime Minister, the national conversation around crime and justice must be balanced. Dr. Holness added that he's satisfied the leadership of the JCF is implementing the use of force to the best of its ability. He noted that policemen and women who misuse their authority are held accountable for their actions. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. men and women who misuse their authority are held accountable for their actions.
That's a damn lie. That is a lie. That policeman who beat that 15-year-old is still on frontline duty, working same way. Don't come and tell the people of this country this. I can take this call here. Good evening, Miss P. How are you doing? Welcome to the program.
Yeah, man, even strong. I taking the program from today. And make I tell you something. This is to show that the Prime Minister of Jamaica, all of us Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness, is a really madman. If this man have suffer from something, he needs. There's no adjective to describe this man. No, me not bright, you know. But as a Prime Minister, if you sit and see watch the news, and you is a man with the on social media, and you see what's happening, and you don't come out and condemn it publicly, make people say no. Nobody now condemn the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Right now, what is happening in the Jamaica Constabulary Force? The people them are suffer. The good law-abiding policeman and woman is confused because the one name police, and when people see them, then label and take the same brush paint them, and they are not for that. What is happening in the Jamaica Constabulary Force is the little rogue boy they don't take up off a road because of politics and had that favor. And then that even train them for the full 6, 7, 8 months or whichever month. And you let them out upon people. The good police gone. No police gone since Rowan James gone. The police force short of people. It just come like a security company. Then get a location. After hold the location, then take up 2 people and ask them, you know, yes man, and put it, they don't want nothing about security work. But just to hold the location, then put some nuns in there. I studied Jamaica Constabulary Force done. You have police out there who don't even know the law, Jeffrey. They don't know the law. They don't have them a badge and gun. And Mr. Prime Minister, make I tell you something. I hear a news media in Canada say the opposition party in Canada was leading 25%. And one talk he make like him going to support Trump with what Trump do. You see what happened to him? You see what happened to him? Foreign news me every fan. One talking talk of Canada like him going to support Trump. You see what happened? The Liberal Party get back the country. Right? And let me tell you, if we see the embarrassment, do like our rolling down at Trinidad do. Rolling, since me not going to lose, just when he step aside and resign. Kamala back in a business. When the people tired of you, then we tired of you. You're too lie. I rather a thief more than a liar, because if a thief not be thief, you can't thief. You lie until you believe your own self, sir. And remember now, this is not when me and you are grow with back lamp. This is a new era. Everything you say from public, it is recorded. It is recorded. You're too cruel. Look where you come contact about you not support. A 15-year-old child.
But nothing not Miss P, and I have an next call coming up, and I'll take the call too. Nothing not Miss P. Listen to this. Neither the Prime Minister nor the Deputy Prime Minister never address the situation of body cams that we're calling for. Never address the situation of the 15-year-old. Never address the situation of Mario Dean Never address the situation of so many countless Jamaicans. They never address that.
My God. Eh?
This is
And
the
what is
country.
happening? I tell you.
All right,
Mr. Prime Minister, may I beg you a favor? I never beg you not yet. I first may I beg you something. Please, may I beg you? Just call election. Just call election so that you can go rest.
All right,
And take up a different portfolio.
all right,
Go back a class, I think.
Good night, Justice. How you doing?
Hey, good evening, Jeffrey. How you doing?
I am here looking, my brother.
Yes, sir. The protest today, Jamaica for Justice coming out to march against the what we're describing as extra
Judicial killing.
judicial. You know, I want to add my 2 cents here because we have to split and establish a balance. There is a saying that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts
Absolutely.
absolute. Throughout the world, we have come to see that police forces, be it in the Caribbean, be it in the Africans, be it in the Americas, police have a tendency to abuse their authority because they somehow feel and that they can get away with it.
Yeah.
And not only police, but men and women in general that have some
Justice.
Yeah.
Give me a minute there. Just continue
Yeah.
talking. I gotta go turn something off. Just continue talking for me, all right?
Okay.
Go ahead and talk.
Right. So men and women in general that have some bit of power at times tend to abuse it. And this has been the experience globally with men and women in uniform per se. It is a fact that the Jamaican police needs to operate with more professionalism and courtesy towards her citizens. It is a fact that they need to do that. And for this, I stand in solidarity with any group that is demanding structure and accountability as it relates to the security forces and how the security forces operates. What I also want to see, and this is a question that I want to ask you this evening, Jeffrey. And I'm not sure if you can get in touch with anyone from the body, Jamaicans for Justice, and find this out. Is it only when the police kill the citizens that they come out and protest? And I ask this because I've seen numerous of Jamaicans that have been murdered by the hands of criminals, babies, and there were no demonstrations. Why is this so? Here in the United States of America,
yes, sir.
When the police kills a black man here in the United States of America, there is a protest, a demonstration, Black Lives Matter, But when there are shootings in the black communities, black on black crimes, Al Sharpton and the gang don't come together and demonstrate that Black Lives Matter. What I'm saying is this, Jeffrey. The actions cannot be one-sided. If we want a better Jamaica tomorrow, the system in general has to be corrected. Children need to be respectful to their teachers. Children need to be respectful when they see police officers on the road. Because, Jeffrey, you cannot have a child seeing a police officer in his uniform and telling using indecent languages towards a police officer.
But hold on there for me, Justice. Hold on there for me, Justice. I agree with that one, but hold on there for me. When the police officers see a young man and two girls walking, he asks to search his bag. The young man complied. And the young man turn away when he get back the bag and say, you know, that's something I like police. That give the police the right to beat the young man, sir?
No, it doesn't give the police any right to beat the young man. That and Jeffrey,
yes,
if this is how, if this is in fact how that incident go down, that gave the policeman no right to abuse the child.
That's how it went down.
And this is what I'm saying. That's how it went down.
Yes.
Okay. According to the witnesses.
The two young lady.
Okay. Okay. Well, my friend, if that is how that went down, that was totally terrible and wrong. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. But for the purposes of you and your viewers, I'm in no sense defending the police for for what happened. None at all. Okay, because when a police operates out of line, they must be held accountable. They must be disciplined, okay, and imprisoned if needs be necessary. But I have had the opportunity in working in the system alongside the police officers. And I have seen bad police, I've seen good police, I've seen good students, good teenagers, good young men and women, and I've seen the bad ones. And when they are bad, they are bad. And listen, when a 17-year-old, hear me now, when a 17-year-old decides to grab you and punch you and wrestle you, mark you, that you would feel that is another man equally your size dealing with you. Because they can be so brutal and violent in their conduct. They can be. I've seen it. I've experienced it. And police officers are human beings too.
Indeed.
And just as though they are not to abuse the citizens are not to abuse them also. And the point where I'm coming from is, Jeffrey, I have seen Jamaicans for Justice galvanize marches and protests towards police brutality, killings, and all. But I have not seen them galvanize any protests when the innocent citizens are being murdered from time to time. I have not seen it. And I'm saying that there has to be a balance. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Mhm.
Injustice towards anyone is a threat to justice towards everyone.
Let me ask you a question,
And
though,
the
Justice.
system, Jeffrey.
Justice, let me ask you a
Please.
question, though, sir. Your views on the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister supporting the security forces, sir. Jamaicans will take it as if they're supporting the security forces to go on and kill Jamaican citizens, to go on and beat students who are going to school. Your take on that? You think the Prime Minister or the Deputy Prime Minister should have remained neutral, sir? And don't wear any blue or anything like that?
Well, Jeffrey, the Prime Minister is the Commander in Chief.
Yes, he is.
And believe me, I am no fan of Andrew Holness and Horace Chang. I'm no fan of the two. But they could not remain neutral, Jeffrey.
Why?
Remember now, they are the ones that have issued the marching order to the police forces.
Mm-hmm.
The buck stops with them.
Mm-hmm.
They are the commanders of the police force. The Prime Minister, the National Security Minister, the Commissioner of Police.
Mm-hmm.
The buck stops with them. So if the platoon commander say, company or platoon, quick march, and the platoon is marching, right? And somebody is complaining about the noise the platoon makes while they march.
But Justice,
they have to stand with the platoon.
But
they are the ones giving the marching order. However, Jeffrey, the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, they came out and they said that, look, we stand in solidarity with the security forces. And I want to think that the security force are the good when they stand with the security force, is that the good practicing security members. They must speak out against the injustices that is being meted out towards the citizens of Jamaica by the security forces. They must speak out against it. But they are also tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that the citizens of Jamaica in general are protected. And this is what the security forces is in the country for.
You know,
that's the purpose they serve.
You know something, Justice? I listen to you talk. You see? I want next call coming. I listen to you talk, and I wanna. A lot of people are saying that the police force are the Jamaicans for Justice role is not to support police and whatever. But when I look on the protest today, I didn't see the support for Jamaicans for Justice. I didn't support for Jamaicans who were supposed to come out there. There wasn't out there. And that is why I will.
Who wasn't there?
A lot of Jamaicans wasn't out there because some of them have felt the hands of what is going on in the country, sir.
Yes.
You know?
A lot of Jamaicans wasn't out there with the protests.
No. Not at all. Anyway,
you see, listen.
You have a minute to
all I'm saying is this. Yes, all I'm saying is this. Balance must be established.
Yes.
Where there are good cops, they must be highlighted and promoted. Where there are bad cops, they must be rooted out of the system and imprisoned if needs be. But Jamaica land we love will only be better if both police officers and citizens begin to treat each other with respect. And I rest.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks, Justice, for calling in. Let me take this call here. And we're going to show some. Good afternoon. Good night. Welcome to the Mecca Talk program. You're live.
Good afternoon, Jeffrey. Thank you for the good work that you're doing. You've been going all day. I just asked a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are the good police? Where are the good police against the bad police?
You know, people have been talking about that. So where are the good police? You know, I'll tell you something, you know, ma'am. The good police have to be very careful how they come out to, you know.
But I'm just trying to make the point. That is perfectly illustrated what you just said. The fear factor that you are not allowed to defend what is proper. Being a police is about being a bully. Now let me ask you something. Above everything else that has happened,
yes, ma'am.
When we saw that policeman beating up on the elderly man, the senior citizen, where are the good police? Where is Andrew Holness?
Thank you.
Where is Dr. Chang? Remember, the police are operating under the instruction of the Minister of Justice, Chang, and the Prime Minister. No. What did he tell them? Shoot first and then ask question later, you know, but get them the ambulance. So they've been given instruction to kill Jeffrey.
Let me correct something, though. Let me correct something. The Minister of National Security, not Justice, Dr.
I'm sorry, my apologies.
I'm just correct.
Yes, I appreciate the correction.
Yeah, go ahead.
I appreciate the correction.
Yes.
No, the Prime Minister, pay attention to what the Prime Minister said. Meet your maker or the judge. You must understand something, you know. The Prime Minister could have said you're going to meet the judge. Understand the psychological state of mind of the Prime Minister, you know. He gave himself permission to kill people, you know. No decent human being going to look at another person and tell him to go and meet their maker. It means one thing, you want to take the person's life. Which Prime Minister, leader of a country, speaks in such a manner? I am making the point very clearly to you, Jeffrey, that between the Prime Minister and Horace Chang, they have given license, you know, just like how people take a hunting license and go and hunt animals when it's hunting season. In a similar way that the Prime Minister and Horace Chang has given the police this authority to go out there and do it. So why are you surprised today when the Prime Minister have on in blue? The order came directly from the Prime Minister, Jeffrey. First of all, like I said, I want to thank you for the hard work that you're doing. Additionally, let me say, those people that went out there today and protest, then deserve extra for courage, because the intimidation factor is real. The fear factor is real. Andre did showed us where one woman was walking around and taking people's pictures.
From a member of the I think he's a member of the Labour Party, a member of the communication.
Because you know, because she was hanging out right over there with the police them. So I'm just trying to show you the intimidation factor that was involved. The courage that was required today, Jeffrey, for those people to go out there and vote. We have to big them up. We have to give them credit. Right? For everybody who went there today, I would personally thank them. Stay strong. Keep the faith. Keep up the good work, because we cannot live in a fear. Every little move that they make, Jeffrey, makes a difference. Today, we saw in Jamaica where a certain set of people came out and they stood up for what is wrong. In reference to the person who you were speaking to before, Jeffrey, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but I find that he's all over the place. Sir,
you mean justice?
Respectfully, justice, yes. Respectfully. Two things in a life, right and wrong. You can't go in the middle. Try and make up your mind because one way or the other, you're enabled. You either enable good, Jeffrey, or you enable bad. If you decide you're going to become neutral. Police, why should they be forced to go out there and go and protest when other people are killing other people? The PMP put measures and organization in place, community policing, and what did Andrew Holness did? He dismantled it. Do you understand that there was an infrastructure to address the point that Justice was making? That the community police, and then you go into the community and you talk to the people, that was working and it was available to the people, and Andrew Holness took that away. So when the people done that living at the very district now and then go out there and them going to go protest, remember the fear factor, Jeffrey. They are going to be scared.
Hold on there.
But before,
go ahead.
But before, there was an organization out there that would come in and talk to them and tell them to stop kill one another. Nothing should ever replace the fact that you have police who violate their jobs. And if that is not at the forefront, Jeffrey, if every one of us as Jamaican cannot come and say, no, this is wrong, and it must not happen, and stop confusing it and mixing it up with this over there and that over there and what is it? Today, Jeffrey, we are talking about bad police, period, nothing else. There is no room for no more conversation. People want to accommodate the cops and talk about, it's like you have to qualify it before you say it, Jeffrey, because everybody is so scared of the cops, Oh, and not all of the police then bad. So I'm going to say it again. Where are the good police who are coming out to speak out against the bad police? Do you understand that we're dealing with a dysfunctional organization called the police force? That not even the good one
but darling,
can come out and talk against the bad one.
But ma'am, I would give out and say, we're dealing with a dysfunctional nation.
Absolutely. But my point still carries, Jeffrey, that we don't even have one set of police over there. So we said that's wrong. You shouldn't lick the old man like that. All right then. Where are the police to come out and say, you can't lick a elder like that? You saw the old man that they beat up, right?
Yes, I saw it. And
okay, so then,
and that is the question I'm asking the Prime Minister when he has the audacity to be saying that no one will, under his watch, no police will ever infringe on the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people. I ask the question, is this Prime Minister living in Jamaica?
Jeffrey, this Prime Minister live for himself. This Prime Minister don't care about
and
the
as
Jamaican
you talk about
people.
The elderly man, I'm getting news here from Blake that he said, the person said to me, Jeffrey, the elder just came on TVJ. He said, no, he does not know why he was arrested, for his family was in the car while he were beaten by the police.
But why wouldn't the police do it? Them get instruction from the top, from Andrew Holness and Harris Chang, that they can't go to do whatever they want.
Hold on. I don't agree with that one. You're saying to me that the Prime Minister instruct them to beat the taxi driver?
Listen, not just taxi driver, everybody.
Darling, hold on. Hold on.
But you heard the man hotel and Jeffrey. What did the man say? All right, go on.
Hold on. I do not believe that the Prime Minister is going to instruct members of the JCF to see an elderly person and beat him just like that.
No, that's not my point. Well, you're individualizing. But Jeffrey, you're individualizing the behavior. I'm talking about the open scope power that they've been given. They can't just go there and a hunting season for the Jamaican people. They can do whatever they want because nobody's not going to stop them. So it's subjective now. But they've already gotten permission from the Prime Minister, and they've gotten permission. You know, you're going to tell them shoot them first. Then what's in that for you to sift through, Jeffrey? The people have, you give me power. You give me a gun, you give me a badge, and you give me further instruction to go and batter the people. So if I am not in a good mood, I'm a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a good mood and I see this man.
You have a minute because
And so,
you have a minute to go because
all
I
right,
call coming in.
okay, and something trigger off. What's to stop me? Nobody not stop me. You don't understand what I'm
Yes.
trying to say to you, Jeffrey. That the account to Mark Golding, if the head of the stream is dirty, the whole river dirty.
True.
Let me go now, baby, and keep up the good work that you're doing. And like I said, let us big up the people that came out and protest.
Indeed.
Let us give them a round of courage. All right, Jeffrey, beloved, take care. All right.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye. Thanks much. Wow. Our next call was coming. I hope the person called back. 954-529-8030. It's the number to call. I'm going to go to something here. This is the director of the Jamaicans for Justice, Michael Jackson. Listen to what she said.
People, what we want is solid evidence. I want to put in context for those who are watching tonight when you hear this program. In 2024, of the 108.
Good night. Welcome to the Mecca Talk program. Where you calling from?
Spanish Town.
Yes, Spanish Town.
Yes. My good man, to God be the glory.
Yes, my brother.
I turn on this thing.
Yes, please.
Yes, I don't sorry about that. Yeah, man. No, a while ago, I hear like you say about the taxi and the elderly man.
Yes.
It wasn't a taxi. The vehicle owned by the municipal, declared a municipal corporation.
So why would
it wasn't a taxi? Well, TVJ just showed the news, you know.
Uh-huh.
The man mother in the vehicle, you know. Yes, man and sister, when to save the way them are angry, man, are doing, Chang could have ball out Jesus. And the man can know them are telling one thing. And him say when them are reach, when we reach for the pepper spray, him say to them saying have a medical condition because the man is one high the man have. And then still pepper spray the man.
Almighty.
That's what happened.
God in heaven.
It just come from TVJ News. This is what people telling us support the police. We can't support that side of the police. We can't. We can't support that side. I am for the police, Jeffrey. I have to love them. I need them. They are my protector. But if they go wrong, I cannot support it. I'm sorry. I can't.
And the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister is
the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, they are in agreement with it. They are in agreement. If they are not, they would put foot on ground and do something about it. And let me tell you something. A lot of people might vex with me to say this. Well, you're supporting on my party line, and I first not talk to you. Me support the People's National Party. Right. But let me tell you, you know, yeah, man, you know, me support the People's National Party, but I think they're too silent on this. They're too silent. I know they couldn't go out there to dance anything because people are going to brand them. Right? They couldn't do it. But I think something needs to be said.
Mm-hmm.
We can't continue like this. And let me tell you something. Them boost up some people to go out there today. To wear blue and go out there today, go counteract where the FJ are dealing with. You see, but let me tell you something. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you when the police ask them overtime money, and when the police are negotiate for them money and the government now let off, I bet you don't see them people that go wear blue and support the police.
No.
You will not see that. They won't go down and defend the police and the police need to get a better salary. You will not. You won't hear the voices like O'Brien Chang and voices like Marlon Morgan. They will not. Marlon won't go to the Senate and go quarrel to the police get better pay. Them not agree to use them and use the police. I do like to them and support them not support the police anyway. A politics them a play. And many of those today who used to go out there, Jeffrey, and I wear blue. I would them, that's all labor, I to them boost up and send them out there. Right? Because when I look at the conditions, to show them angry man, and one eye the man have. And then treat the man the kind of way. I know they're not telling what they arrest him for. And guess what?
I
The
wish
head
I
of the
could get
police.
a video of that because I went on the thing here, but I forgot that TVJ don't stream live on YouTube. You have to. It is One Spot Media that stream live, and I didn't download. I didn't download One Spot Media.
Well, TVJ said they check with the Clarendon, with the Clarendon police, and them said them don't know about it.
I beg your pardon?
the TVJ said they check with the head of the Clarendon police, the Mayplain or wherever, and they said them don't know about the case.
So hold on there. Is it that members of the public driving around in JSAF cars and JSAF performing, what do I want to call it, uniforms, and that they are not members of the JSAF?
Well, me no put nothing past anything still because remember say criminal are walk around with masks on their face. Don't the police are do it too?
What the dickens is going on in this country?
You tell me.
Let me ask you a question, though, social labor, right? Let me ask you this question, though. When you look on the protest today in Halfway Tree, members of the transport sector, and I won't stop saying it, has been beaten by police officers.
Oh,
members of the transport sector have been gunned down by police officers. Members of the transport sector have been given on call for tickets by police officers. And you don't see one single member of the transport group out there.
It's for the intimidation because I saw a man out there in a full green. No, I wasn't there, but now watch the thing because it's free.
Yes.
Man in a full green, man in face mask up, and I take picture. We know intimidation tactics, all of them. Intimidatory tactics.
So is it that, my good friend, that Jamaica has become a dictatorial state, sir?
Of course. The police state, the man them can't do anything. They give you the right, and let me say this, the Prime Minister, the Commissioner of Police, the Minister of National Security, they give them the right to do all what they are doing. And listen, JFJ is not against the police, It's twist the people and twist the argument for their own purpose, They are only against the police wrongdoing. That's what they are, against the police wrongdoing. Because the people them will see come out, Mr. When the police say, all right, the police get your overtime money. Right? No, they can't get the money. Who are defending it? Who you hear are defending it?
Hold on, let's go back to the man who worked with the parish council, or whatever council it is, the mayor office. The police is gonna ask, they're investigating why the man was using the municipal corporation vehicle.
The thing about it now, I don't know how far that goes. I don't know what is going to happen, where that is concerned, but it wasn't a taxi.
Right,
TVJ can tell you more about that.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, man, it's there bad. Trust me.
Cool.
Good.
Good night. Welcome to the Mecca program. Your life. Where you calling from? Hello?
Jeffrey.
Yes, good night. Where you calling from? Go ahead.
You must understand that the police force is a vampire society, right? The upper echelon of the police force is a vampire society. Anytime the police are clamor for money to raise a pay, they're not going to get the government. I'm not talking about just this government of the day. Over the years, anytime the police them clamor for their money, they don't get no money. The government always lego them on the society and say no just kill and take blood. Yes, that is what the police them want, otherwise blood. And it's not the little foot one them, the upper echelon of the force is a society. Is a society, and it has gone from a long time.
Let me ask you a question,
So,
caller.
yeah.
You live in Kingston and St. Andrew?
Yeah, man.
Were
In
you
our
aware?
ghetto too.
Were you? You don't tell me exactly where you live. Please don't tell me exactly where you live. Were
No,
you?
man.
Were you aware of the protest today in Harper Tree?
Yeah, man, I was watching it live. Fear was the order of the day.
Mm.
Fear was the order of the day. If and Jeffrey, you know what these Jamaican people should know? Same way how the Prime Minister wear blue in solidarity with the police. The people they must come out tomorrow and wear black right at his workplace, at where he work, and ask him for his resignation,
That is
because
true.
you can see that this Prime Minister do not respect the wishes of the Jamaican people. This Prime Minister, it seems like he lost it. He lose it. And Jeffrey, as a parting shot, I am very disappointed of my party, because I feel say it was a backward gesture when my party draw for a press conference since there at the same time
No, but hold
when the
on there.
protest was taking place.
Hold on. Hold on a minute there. You want, and I think your party is the PNP party, yeah?
Yeah, man.
So you're saying to me that your party should have come up with Jamaicans for Justice too?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no, friend. Jamaicans for Justice is not a political organization, sir. It is a human rights organization. They are not involved in the political system in this country, sir. And if the People's National Party should go join force with the JFJ, it doesn't look good, sir.
I am telling you, Jeffrey, the energy, Jeffrey, it's election time now.
So what? Hold on there now.
Jeffrey,
Hold on.
it's election time now.
Hold on. What you should have said is, why is it that you yourself and other members of the Jamaican public never got there? Why you putting PNP in this? Jamaicans for Justice, it is not a political organization. It is not connected to any political organization. It is a human rights organization for the standing for the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people, sir.
Jeffrey, if you notice, Marlon Morgan and all of them, they are using it as a campaign.
Well, that's their
Marlon Morgan and all of them is using it as a campaign weapon. They are using it.
Yes, sir, but it's for the people, sir. It's for the Jamaican people, sir. And I have to take another call. It's for the Jamaican people, sir, to stand up and show them that they will not stand by and allow this to continue.
Jeffrey.
Yes, you have a minute. Call coming. You have a minute. Go ahead.
No, wait. You remember the music when name Fire Burning?
Yes.
Babande. When Michael Manley in 1976.
No, hold on to me, sir. I cannot take any more of the long story, because I have about 5 calls coming in one time.
Okay, sir.
You can call back if you want. All right? 954-529-8030. Let me call back my friend here who's calling.
Good night, Jeffrey.
Good night, my good friend. How are you doing?
How are you doing, Jeffrey? I'm good, Jeffrey. And I wanted to weigh in on this thing, with the whole police, the brutality, the killings, just the abuse of the citizens. Jeffrey, me and you, we are old enough to know that this has been going on for decades.
Oh, yes.
If brutalizing people work, Jamaica would be one of the safest society in the world, because we know God knows that ghetto people have been beaten, shot, killed by the hundreds, by the police over the decades for curb crime. It don't work, Jeffrey. Brutalizing people just create more brutal people and more brutal young people. It's hopelessness. That is at the root of what is happening in Jamaica. That is creating the society we have. It's a very complicated thing, but at the root of it is hopelessness. And I don't care. I am 61 years old, Jeffrey. And from I can remember we have Starkey, we have this one, we have that one, and the police go out and them kill and them brutalize poor people mainly.
Yes.
And nothing has changed, Jeffrey. And this is 2025. And you have a prime minister that has created a paramilitary force and has said to them, go out and do what you need to do to make the numbers look good so I can win an election. And I believe that to my heart that Andrew Holness is using the police force to drive down the numbers so he can justify calling the election because what else is working for him? You know, and it is wrong, Jeffrey. I am against criminals and I am against gangsters, but a lot of these gangsters were supported by politicians, and most of them have links to politicians. And let's call it what it is. We know that is a fact.
Indeed.
Okay? And only same send how much name go overseas. We don't hear him follow. And said to Marco Rubio, see the name them, extradite these people or go after them. We don't hear nothing because everything with this man is a PR stunt. But this is not right to use the police to kill innocent people because they're poor. It is not right. It is unjust.
Let me ask you a question though, Chris. It was brought to my attention that the Prime Minister is coming to New York sometime, must be next week or next month. I don't know what they say coming. And the contribution is $3,000 or $2,500. Now tell me something now, my good friend. When you see all of this where members of the Jamaican diaspora is going around selling tickets for this man for some dinner business, while there is no beds in the hospital, a young lady right now who is in Kingston, Jamaica, it's in the Observer, she needs $2.8 million to do an eye surgery. And Chris, you don't think those people, those hypocrites in the Jamaican diaspora who are taking up money and selling tickets for him to come up here, you don't think they should sell tickets for this young lady, sir?
Of course, Jeffrey, without a doubt. And let me say something about that, Jeffrey. Those people, you know, that is in the entourage of Andrew Holness, they live in a different Jamaica and talk about Jamaica like this is the world. They don't associate with ghettos, although a lot of them maybe even originate from that side of the equation. But they have decided to throw in their lot with Andrew Holness, a corrupt prime minister who cannot certify where him getting money from, how him make him fortune. And now he's using the blood, the innocent. And listen, I really empathize with the police officers in Jamaica. Jamaica is a very unruly society. Let's not play around it.
It is.
But we need even more well-trained police officers de-escalate situation. We need to learn how to de-escalate some situation. Not everything have to end in bloodshed or brutality. We look like, when I look from Jamaica from afar, we look like such an uncivilized society. It make me give me chills sometimes when I see the behavior of the people and the police, the interaction with each other. In 2025, for God's sake, man, we must behave better than this. We say Black Lives Matter. And if a white policeman kill a black man tomorrow morning, we'll be outraged. And yet still, we're willing to put up with the slaughtering of innocent people. Some of those young men are innocent, and it is wrong.
Of course.
It is wrong for you to kill innocent people. If it was your kid that was killed, you would have a different feeling about the situation. You can't say that no when you sit down wherever you are and say yes, the police must kill them. But if you are in the United States and a white police officer or any police officer shoots your kid, you wouldn't look at it that way as a black person living in this country. So why is it okay that a poor child, a 15-year-old kid, is brutalized? You know, setting up that kid to become more brutal, and when him grow up to take out him frustration on the society, and the cycle continues. It is not the right way to solve the situation. It takes hard work, yes, and it takes time. But we know, Jeffrey, before I get off, that we have been trying this thing. Renito Adams and them and all kind of bad police. We know the names are many. And whole heap of this thing going on now for decades, and we cannot get a handle on it because it doesn't work. Killing off people, it don't work. It just end up creating more criminals because you're not educating the kids them, and then you release them onto society frustrated and hopeless. And then when them turn to gangsterism, and you politician are wholly pound connected to the gangsterism in Jamaica and the gun running. Okay?
Chris,
So you don't have dirty hands to start with.
Yeah, let me ask you a question though, Chris. Do you believe that the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister should be wearing blue?
Of course not. It's an outrage to be using this as a. By the way, let me say this, Jeffrey. That is campaigning, and that's why it is so distasteful that in a campaign season is using this thing as a wedge issue. The man, it's just time for anti-owners to go, man. Really and truly, we need new vision. We need a new vision for the country. This man is a despicable person. I have no use for him. All right, Jeffrey, later.
Thank you very much, my good friend Chris, for calling in. I want to show you guys some more video here. I want to finish play Michael Jackson video. Here it is.
People, what we want is solid evidence. I want to put in context for those who are watching tonight when you hear this program. In 2024, of the 189 police killings, the reason for one of those matters being able to have charges laid was because there was CCTV footage. Had we the words of the officers alone, we would be saying no to these people. But because of CCTV footage, we were able to have 2 officers being charged for 3 counts of murder, planting of firearm, and other offenses. So it emphasizes, reiterates, reaffirms JJ call that camera footage is important to have justice realized for victims. And to the Jamaican people who are too quick sometimes to label everyone as criminal, any one of us can come in conflict and contact with the law. And let us not label people who live in inner city communities as criminal. And I want us to stand with all of them. For
That's Michael Jackson, Jamaicans for Justice, speaking there. Attorney at law Bert Samuels is out there too. Let's know what Bert is saying.
I'm an attorney.
What's your purpose here today?
I'm just telling Jamaican people that the police force was formed in 1865 after they murdered so many of our brothers in St. Thomas. It was called a police force. It comes with violence, it seems, embedded in the force. And recently we have heard that the crime rate is down, but the police killings are up. So when you look at how many persons have been killed in Jamaica, you have to count the 107 who have been killed by the police since the year has begun. And my view is that persons should be taken before the court. They should not be executed by the police force. Secondly, that body cameras should be mandatory. Why do you need to put a mask on and refuse a camera if what you're doing is lawful? The reason why you don't want to wear a body camera and you're putting on your mask with no numbers is because you are acting like a criminal. Where a man wants to rob a bank, he puts some...
That's attorney at law, King's Counsel Bert Samuels. Let's listen to some of what Mr. Samuels is saying.
I'm an attorney.
What's your purpose here today?
I'm just telling Jamaican people that the police force was formed in 1865 after they murdered so many of our brothers in St. Thomas. It was called a police force. It comes with violence, it seems, embedded in the force. And recently we have heard that the crime rate is down, but the police killings are up. So when you look at how many persons have been killed in Jamaica, you have to count the 107 who have been killed by the police since the year has begun. And my view is that person should be taken before the court. They should not be executed by the police force. Secondly, that body cameras should be mandatory. Why do you need to put a mask on and refuse a camera if what you're doing is lawful? The reason why you don't want to wear a body camera and you are putting on your mask with no numbers is because you are acting like a criminal. Where a man wants to rob a bank, he puts a...
That's the Attorney at Law, King's Counsel, Bert Samuels. They're speaking and talking to the Jamaican people about the police force. And the police should not be a law unto themselves. I think what I'm going to show you now is the founder of Jamaicans for Justice, Miss Caroline Gomes. She's no longer there, but she came back from overseas for this protest, I was told.
I'm so distressed. I'm back here 25 years later, 26 years later. And the calls are the same. And it's really wrong that the police have body-worn cameras sitting down and they're not issuing and they're not being used. Body-worn cameras protect the police from allegations of abusing people and they protect the citizens from abuse by the police. It's way past time. The commissioner and the rest of the society must understand that you cannot fight, cannot break the law to uphold the law. We're way past that time. No to outlaw police, more of accountable policing, public transparency. Time now to stop chatting and hiding and get on with doing the thing properly in a human rights way.
There you have it. I want to play another video here of a German Jamaican lady. I think she's from Germany, who is in Jamaica. She lives in Jamaica. She has one of those homes that take in young people who are need help and so forth. And she was on Mr. Rattigan's program a couple months ago. I want you to listen to what she's saying.
I think that today we try to defend Jamaicans and also police officers. Jamaicans and police officers both need and want an accountable police force. We want to apprehend whatever and whoever is breaking the law in the right way. Do not trespass the border. Do not show the nation that you do something which is not legal and which is not transparent.
Feel like no justice not done. I feel me feeling on no justice because the police killing cold blood. And the police and them know and the police know because this is something where the police tell me say I'm going to do it. And the police tell him. Police come at my house and look at him and say, me name XYZ, me live here so, me drive car, me ride bike, and me I go kill you. And that's why the police look at me and tell me now him with him stand side of me. So I said to the police, oh, so you come at me and threaten me nephew? He said, no, talk to me. And he keep talking to the young man. He said to the man, say, me I go kill you.
How does this make you feel happening here today?
Well, it's not the first me have meeting with Nina, but because tell you the truth, me never did ever come. But me just feel like the voices they really need to hear out again because too much are going on, everybody's silent, right? And it coming like the police always right, and they're not always right. We don't say them wrong neither, and we not say them always wrong, but them not always right. Because we're not gonna say bad people are out there, but bad police is there. And we don't say good police is not there, good police is there.
And you want accountability?
Yes, I want accountability. I want the bad one, them, to move out of the force if they not get no training, because them not look like they get none. Right? Sometimes we wonder if they get training to how they speak to people. Because sometimes you look at some little young guy, younger than me, and them talk to you like, me a big somebody. Talk to me with respect and I will talk to you back with respect because they demand respect but they don't want give it. Then don't talk to you properly. Right? And everything we now go say the guys them right in everything with them do and the police them right in everything with them do. Right? Because I say there's a lot of shootings without And it always saying it shootout, and we never see it.
So you want body-worn cameras as well?
Body-worn cameras as we want, because when we have that, no lie can't tell. When we have that, no lie can't tell. Because if the
Good night. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Hi, Jeffrey. How are you doing?
I'm here, my brother.
You're doing a good job, man. Me, I watch you all day.
Mm-hmm. Thank
Until my phone run out of charge. So I'm going to recharge it and come back.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to say to you tonight, Jeffrey, you are doing a good job. All of us are here in America. We want the best for Jamaica. Me and a labor right, I'm in a PNP. He's a true born Jamaican.
Yes.
But right now, the present government of this country, of Jamaica, will land of our birth. The people of Jamaica don't have any talk. Because them sell them rights to the politicians. The politicians buy them rights, so them don't have no right. Because if you have something and you sell me that something, you don't have no right over it anymore. You understand? When we are grow in a Jamaica, we used to have MP and councillor. You don't not have that anymore.
Of course, you have MP and councillor.
You have MP, you have councillor, you have Don, and you have the area leader, and you have the extortionist. The area leader and the Don is him run the constituency, not the MP or councillor. And the extortionists come in and extortion the business people.
Yes, yes. What next call coming in?
And the head of the government is there and not correcting the situation.
Because they are starting the people to say.
Almost every MP in Jamaica have them done and them area leader, you know.
Indeed.
So the people them afraid. And behind that now them sell them rights to the politician because politician buy them vote. So them not talk. So Jamaican have to come together and do better. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We Jamaican in Jamaica, who live in a Jamaica, we over here in a foreign, we want the best because when we want to go home and we go to Jamaica, we want to have a good time. We don't want to not done a year leader and no extortion is the contacts with. And we can't say nothing because where the government are run in our country. The police them now. You ever fight crime and violence? You can't live in a ghetto. Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you, sir. Go ahead, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, the police in Jamaica, we are fight the good, honest, hard-working police who is fighting crime and violence in Jamaica. Them cannot live in a ghetto because them not get no pay.
Yes. I have a next
To
call
live in a better, to live in a better area.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, sir. All right, man.
So, all right, Jeffrey. Okay, go ahead. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Good night. Welcome to the Mekota program. You're live.
Yes, Jeffrey, the man who you referred to as Justice who calling. I don't want to be disrespectful, but he's behaving like a lunatic. This man is taking politicians on the one matter.
No. Hold on for me now. You hold on for me now. I will not allow you to come over here and disrespect anybody who call. Justice is giving his point of view. That's his point of view. We must be respectful, and we must accept everybody's opinion. Today, a lady called me and correct me, and I take her correction. And as a caller calling to this program, I'm going to correct you. I will not allow you to come over here and disrespect Justice. He's a well-known justice of the peace in Jamaica. He's not a member of any political party. Yes, sometimes people may say he's talking
But
off whatever. Hold on for me now. He may be talking off a different whatever. But at the end of the day, I know who justice is. He stands for law and order and the rule of law. So
yes,
do
well,
not
that
come
is
over here,
good.
Sir. Do not come over here,
But
sir. And calling
I
about any
agreed with
lunatic. Allow me to speak now. Do not come over here, sir, and calling about any lunatic or whatever. Don't do that. Please don't. Thank you. Go ahead.
I I agreed with the caller after him. That lady, she's so powerful. I wouldn't mind you take that lady onto your you keep her number and invite her onto your program.
Do not instruct
That
me and
lady is seen.
do not instruct me and tell me who to bring on my program, sir. I don't like that. Don't do it.
Okay, well, personally, I admire that lady. She's seen very clearly from her eyes, and her analysis are on point. You know, because there is nothing about it is complete nonsense when people talk about there is good police and bad police. Nothing doesn't go like that. It is a system that all of the police have to abide by, which is a bad system. The good ones cannot come and say anything when they know their colleague murder people with impunity. They can't say nothing when somebody is being brutalized, right? They can't do not. They don't do nothing to oppose those malpractices in the force. So where is the good and bad police? The prime minister has given them instructions to do all of this damage to society, right? And there's nobody to stop them right now. So I am asking Jamaicans for justice to make a diary of all these killings by the police, document them, and send them off to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, the International Criminal Courts, and Amnesty International. Because I've seen them snatch Duarte, former Philippines president, into custody, right? And he's on trial now for multiple murders for what he claimed to be cracking down on drug dealers.
You know something to call her?
Mhm.
It is so funny that you end up saying it. And I was speaking to my good friend Mr. Rattigan today when the protest was going on. And he said something to me, and we're in the process of doing it. I spoke to some of the Jamaicans for Justice this afternoon pertaining to getting a list of XQYZ. So, it's so funny that you came here and started, speaking about the same that we were talking about today. And we're going to do it because, that's why we're encouraging Jamaicans to go to change.org and look for the Magnitsky Act, sign the petition. Do not donate anything to change.org. Do not donate to change.org. What you need to do is just sign the Magnitsky Act, because if we get 10,000 signatures, it's good for us. We need 10,000 signatures. Sign the Magnitsky Act. Go there and sign it.
Jeffrey, I am tired to hear this argument about good and bad police. It's rubbish they're talking. That's not how you deal with so many killings emanating from police operations. You have to address the matter point on.
But sir, if the Jamaican people and other people have it in their head that there's good and bad cops, who are we to tell them that there's not good and bad cops, sir?
Well, I want to tell them that they are talking absolute rubbish. It's a system that all the police partake of.
Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, isn't that so?
Well, if the opinions are stupid, I'm not going to accommodate them, Jeffrey. I am fiery like that lady who called after justice. I like that lady. She's so special.
Sir, that is you. If the callers believe that there's good and bad police, why are you saying that they're talking rubbish?
Because the police are supportive of each other whenever they brutalize citizens or kill them. All of them support each other. There's nobody to come out and say anything bad about what they're doing. Right? So it is a system that all of them partake of. And today, again, with the protests, I think the police parading at a peaceful protest is a precursor to the activities that will lead up to the general elections. The opposition will be a victim, just like the poor young men who have been slaughtered by the police.
Why do you want the opposition to come out and say what?
No, man. What I separate from the JFJ protests, they have to get matters in hand where they oppose and document these killings and expose it to the media overseas or to the State Department. Because let me tell you something.
So what I'm asking, hold on. Why do you people believe that America must fight Jamaica's internal problem?
And Holness is afraid of the State Department, you know. So all human rights abuses must go to them.
I allow you to speak. Allow me to speak now. Why do we believe that America must fight Jamaica's internal problem? Jamaica allow me to speak, sir. Jamaica is a country. The last time I checked, it is a democracy. The Prime Minister was duly elected by the people of the country, sir. Whatever is going on in Jamaica, sir, the people of Jamaica must be the one to put a stop into it. Why do we believe that America must come into Jamaica and fight Jamaica's internal problems?
All right, Jeffrey, you spoke about the people, but the people in general are not organized. The opposition is organized. The government is organized. The police force is organized. But the people who are the masses are not organized. So that is why I'm saying the opposition have to galvanize such support and sensitize them. Because the people are not organized, Jeffrey. So we know that the people are powerful if they are organized.
So why don't you try and organize some people?
That's what we are doing on the program right now.
No. Forget about my program. Why don't you?
Every day I organize through various programs. I've been on Andre's program, all of them.
No.
Everybody has a different role to play.
No. Why don't you get a group of people, organize, strategize, work on do things or whatever? Why don't you do something like that?
Yes, but what I'm saying, which greater institution is better than the opposition party? Which greater institution there is in Jamaica?
Let me ask you a question, sir. All we can depend on in this country is politicians?
No, the people are powerful, but they are not organized. They are splintered, so you're not going to get any conclusive position.
And that's what I'm saying to you, sir. You sounds like you can organize. Why don't you get the group of people and organize, sir? Why do you
Jeffrey,
have
I have no problem with playing my role. I was an aide in the legal department of Jamaicans for Justice years ago.
Allow me to speak. Why don't you organize, sir? Get some group of people and organize. You believe that the political parties of this country must organize the people, sir?
But the people go and vote for them in droves.
Something is wrong with us in this country, you know.
But I'm saying, Jeffrey, in closing, that even though the opposition may not comment on these multiple killings by the police, but it is going to affect them in the upcoming election because it is in a different form, which is constitutional breaches.
Why do you people believe that the savior for this country is a political party?
I agree with your position, but the people are not organized, Jeffrey. So how you get around that? If the people need leadership to organize them.
So why don't you try and organize them too?
But Jeffrey, you have been doing that every day. I have been doing it. You understand me? We all play a role. And even though I was critical of Miss Jackson, who is the executive director of Jamaicans for Justice, she has proven today that she has the temerity to do the job.
So why don't
I have to really switch course with that lady. I am giving her 100% support. Listen, man, the lady made a speech today. I felt it. You know, she has the capacity to execute effectively.
So why did you jump into hallelujah and speaking in some tongue since you feel it?
No, man, but she is passionate. And I am equally passionate.
And that is why I'm saying to you, sir, you can organize with Mikhail, Lady Jackson from the JFJ. Organize and strategize and get together with people. You can do that, so why don't you do that?
Okay, no problem. And the reason why taxi men who are being brutalized every day by the police didn't show up at the protest today is because they are afraid to be targeted. They're afraid of being targeted, wrecker coming and taking away their vehicles. They're getting tickets and all sort of different issues that may arise if they go there.
Don't when election call you have police all over the place? Are we afraid to go and vote?
Well, in some areas, people are afraid to vote, Jeffrey, especially if they are not in support of certain candidates. People drive fear. We hear about it in West St. Thomas, where people are even being killed. So the fear factor is real, and the Prime Minister giving support to the police now is not a good thing.
I do not get this wherein we must always be saying, send for the Americans. Did the Americans vote in Andrew Holness or vote in the PNP or the JLP over the years? Did the Americans?
But Andrew Holness is not at the speed at which Andrew Holness is moving, Jeffrey. He's not afraid of anybody in Jamaica. So the only person I see him afraid of now is the Americans, and if he should have been extradited. So that is his only fear factor right now. The Chinese have made him extremely wealthy. So all he's concerned now is about the Americans scrutinizing his money.
Why when you call the program you don't allow anybody to speak? Huh? Allow me to speak now, man.
Yes.
Let me ask you this question. Do you have any proof that the Americans know that if Andrew was committing any crime?
But that is why I'm saying that even with what Rattigan is doing, with the I don't remember the act that it comes under, right? But it's a good effort. But I'm saying we can document these things and write it to the State Department or approach it.
Document and write it is one. Is there any proof that he did it?
Of course, there is substantial proof. You don't see the amount of monies that move through SSL illegally. And some of those monies would have touched the international payment system called SWIFT system, right? Which is money laundering, and it's one of the biggest crimes in America.
So let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you this question now. All of that is going on. Has the Americans moved towards anything?
It has to be documented. It has to be sent to the Foreign Relations Committee in the Senate.
Sir, you said the money went through the American banking system. So obviously they have seen it. Isn't that so?
Yes, but they want complainants to move forward.
So why don't you complain about
it? Just as how certain persons approach the Foreign Relations Committee of the Senate.
Why don't you get some people and write a petition about it?
It was done already. Remember, it was done with Olint, So powerful investors in America wrote to the U.S. Foreign Relations Committee in the Senate.
Powerful investors, sir.
And he got 30 years in America. David Smith.
Hello, you can be there talking, I am not talking about investors or whosoever. I'm talking about you. Have you taken a pen and a paper to go around to people and to petition the American government?
Jeffrey, everybody is playing its role. Why you're just insisting me?
Because
I am playing my role. If you make a suggestion, I'll give you. I'll say, well, it's a plausible suggestion.
We're playing our role by just chatting.
Well, something has to be done, because it has reached boiling point. Andrew Holness has made himself extremely wealthy, and now he has given instruction to kill the people with impunity.
The same people them who you see don't come out there, we'll put him back in.
Well, maybe so, maybe not so. Right? But we don't need to expect any specific instruction by the Prime Minister to beat somebody. His broad immunity towards the police is sufficient. to give the police the drive and the passion to go out there and kill with impunity or to brutalize citizens. So there doesn't need to be of any specific instance. It's broad immunity and strong support by the Prime Minister that is being given to these rogue cops. And I'm saying, man, somebody must go to the Hague. Look here. All of these
Damn soul
monies
not
that
going
have
no
been
Hague.
stolen by politicians, if it was
Not
in
a soul
certain
not going no
country,
Hague. You can't continue holding the breast of somebody to go Hague. Not
well,
in
Jeffrey, the
your
numbers are
lifetime.
staggering.
Not in your lifetime, not in my lifetime. Not one single politician will be going to the Hague.
Well, let us see, because as you said, this election will be the most consequential one. And I'm telling you that Mark Golding will have some big decisions to be made, because one, he will not have any money to run the country. So he has to find those 8 to 10 persons who have stolen Jamaica's wealth and put it into their personal bank accounts and invest in luxurious properties. He has to get all of those things. People will have to be placed in custody, prosecuted, and sentenced for a long time.
And that will never happen.
Well, there can be no economic recovery without justice. So, in other words, our country will continue to slide downward into extreme poverty.
It has been going so from 1962 until now.
I agree with that, but I don't think it can get worse as this.
By the way,
because it's very
hold on
bad
for me,
now.
sir. By the way, those in the chat room, this is not head boy speaking. It's not head boy I'm talking to. So don't think it's head boy. It's not head boy. We don't believe that America must come and America must be the savior for Jamaica. If the Americans in about 2 or 3 years ago, the American embassy along with the British embassy put out a giant statement that the Jamaican people must save Jamaica. I don't believe every day on the time America can do what? This is a sovereign state.
You said that Andrew Holness is coming up to raise funds next week. Let me tell you something, man. He should be taken away like Duarte, a Philippine.
So take him
he
away?
was coming back.
Is there
enough evidence
any
on him to hold
investigate?
him?
But you keep on talking as investigate the whole. Is the American investigating Mr. Holness? Is the Americans investigating Mr. Holness?
We wouldn't know. Whatever
They are
the
not
State
investigating
Department is doing, we wouldn't know about it.
Look how many times he
But
come
we
to
know
America.
that we know that the country has been hit with multiple fraudulent schemes derived from the Prime Minister and his cabinet, because all those monies that have been stolen, the SSL money, where he agreed, right? That monies went from SSL to construct his property in Beverly Hills, right? Because the media asked, I remember when Peter Phillips asked in 2011, and Peter Phillips pronounced that the Prime Minister was spending illegal money, and we didn't follow up as a people.
Let me ask you this question.
And now it's 2025.
Let me ask you this question. What is the FID for?
Well, it is not an independent organization, because the Integrity Commission has referred matters relating to the Prime Minister, and until now nothing happens.
Jesus have mercy. What is MOCA for?
Yes, to provide investigative support and arrest and charge.
All right. So if MOCA not investigating the Prime Minister and charging the Prime Minister, you expect the Americans to do it?
Well, that is why I'm saying those bodies should never be corrupted by politicians. If we don't have independent prosecutorial arms, then the politician will continue to rob the country and make the country poorer.
Anyway. All right, sir. Thanks for calling in.
Okay.
Why do we believe? Can somebody tell me, Christopher, my good friend Christopher, can you call back and tell me if the Americans are not investigating this Prime Minister? Number one, forget about the Americans. If MOCA and the FID are investigating the Prime Minister for anything, why do we believe that America must come and rescue Jamaica? Why do we believe that America must lock up the Prime Minister when they come up there? Is there an investigation going on with the Prime Minister anywhere? Huh? Is there an investigation going on with the Prime Minister anywhere? Is there an investigation going on with the police who beat that school student? Is there an investigation? Will Maria Dean parents' mother get into justice for the brutal killing of Maria Dean? And that's what's going on in this country with the justice system. And all of them can talk about America must come. We must save our own selves. We are the cause of the problem in this country. We are the one who put them there, not the Americans. So why do we believe that America must come in and save Jamaica? Save Jamaica from what? From ourselves? When we create the problem from 1962 until now? We have laws in this country. We have MOC and CID and whatever they want to call it. Have they investigated any politicians in this country and locked them up? Have the FID, the CID, and all kind of D? Have they investigated any politicians in this country and locked them up, or any civil servant and locked them up for anything? Whatever they don't come and talk, call on the Americans to do what? To do what? We better wake up in the country, you see? No Jamaicans, the man who come here to chat him out. Has he ever get a letter written, signed by some Jamaicans and sent to the State Department in talking about Americans must come in? You have from program to program to talk. Have you ever sit down with anybody? Get a group of people, organize, get a petition written. Have you signed the Magnitsky Act, sir? Have you get a group of people to sign the Magnitsky Act? The whole chatting, not helping. All we do is just chat. All we do is just come and chat, and that is why sometimes I don't feel like coming on. Because all I believe that we do is just chat, and so now we chat with damn nonsense. Beautiful speaking won't help. You talking about what Andrew Holness doing for Andrew Holness don't do. I know they rob the country and they don't rob the country. And the Americans people must send to the Americans. Send the Americans to do what? Is the Americans feeling what we're feeling in our country? Is the American feeling what we're feeling in our country? Is the Americans feeling when our pensions don't get their pension? Are they feeling it? Is the Americans who put Andrew Holness into power? We're a joke in this country. We're a joke unto ourselves in this country. Big joke. Listen to this.
The little 14-year-old girl, when they don't come out, when a criminal. Innocent people lose their lives. When a criminal, when a murderer, you're a murderer. not protect the gunman, you're a murderer. You're a murderer. You're a murderer. Criminal. Gunman be dead. Gunman be dead. Gunman.
You see what's going on? And they're calling what the Americans must come in. Huh? You see what's going on? And the Americans must come in and save Jamaica. Because the Americans are the savior for Jamaica. We're sick as hell in this country. You do not believe that we are the problem. Why every time a situation going on in this country, call in the Americans, call in the Americans. Jamaica is a sovereign state. The last time I checked, Jamaica is a democracy governed by the rule of law. I do not believe the Americans can come in like that. You know, we must read our constitution, you know. And if nobody is investigating this man in our country, huh? No one is sending anything to the Americans. Since you don't want the Americans to come in. Those who are the gentleman who called a while ago, is he organizing anything to send to the Americans or to the State Department? Is he doing it? On the belief Rattigan alone must do things. On the belief Rattigan alone must get up and do things, you know? Are those who live in the United States who are part of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation must do everything for you? We're asking you to sign the petition and you not sign it. Someone not sign it. We're begging you not to donate to change that are going to still donate to change that are. We're begging you to donate to the One Legal Defense Foundation. You're not doing it? Why do we want to sit down and people must do things for us? You have some people, you know, all when the country send out police force, you know, they go turn up peacefully. But none of us is afraid to go out and vote though. Call in the Americans. We do what? You know, I'm not really frustrated, you know. It's that sometimes we call on the programs and Jeffrey, why not go run for politics? We do what? Whatever Wilfred Rattigan is doing with the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, I am a part of it. I help to do it too. I signed the Magnificent petition. When they're having meeting, he called and I'm a part of the meeting too. All with some of us do on this platform is call and chat and chat and chat. Organize ourselves, no man. We in Jamaica must organize ourselves. And don't be afraid to organize. Sit and organize and write what to write. Ask questions. How can we send this? Who can we send this to? You can even address it to the American Embassy. They were sent to the State Department or to where we're supposed to go. Well, come on here, we talk and we feel mighty. We have beautiful talking. Calling the Americans, calling this and calling that. As if they're that. Is this safer for this country? The change that we seek in this country have to come from us as a people. 5 minutes to 10 o'clock. Thank you all very much. And I like Chris. I don't believe that the savior for this country is the Americans. We're the savior for this country. We're the savior for the country. It's our country. It's our country, and if we love this piece of rock, We stand up for this piece of rock. Damn, they don't come on about the Americans and the Americans that. Is the Americans investigating what is going on in this country? Huh? They must hold him when it comes to America. How can they hold somebody that they have nothing against? There's nothing against him. Those in the diaspora, hands and gloves, who they must hands and gloves. And those in Jamaica on the chat and afraid to chat. But they're not afraid to bring down our Wilfred Rattigan and Jeffrey Tavares. Then they're not afraid to go on social media and say, go away a long time, we don't say my this and my that. They're not afraid to do those things. But when it comes on to stand up for the fundamental rights of your people and yourself, we're not afraid to do it. But we must call in Americans to do what? Thank you all very much for coming on. I think other programs are on. I think Mystic Sensation is on tonight. I'm not sure. No, man, we must wake up in this country. And do not believe that other people are going to come in and help us. Oh, yes. Walking in Divine Purpose. Yes. Can you send me can you pin the magnetic arc again for me, please? Because this person been asking me and I keep on forgetting. I don't know where I put it. So Walking in Divine Purpose, good night to you. Do you have the magnetic arc can pin? Every time they send it to me, for some unknown reason, it disappears from the message. Because I must have disappearing messages. I wonder if producer, Mr. Rattigan, your producer is listening to us. One of the producers is listening to us. Producer, if you're listening to the Make We Talk program, can you pin the magnetic arc for us, please? Producer. The producer of the Regis Rattigan program. The producer of the Regis Rattigan program, if you're listening to the Make We Talk program, can you pin me or can you send me the petition from the magnetic arc? Because I'm looking for it. Let me look into Rattigan's own. Or Walk in the Divine Purpose, you can do it for me, darling. Thank you. Will Rattigan. Not there. I don't know where it is. Good night. Welcome to the Make We Talk program. You're live.
Jeffrey.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you and Mr. Rattigan tell us how much more people you need to do to sign the Magnitsky
We need
Act?
10,000 people.
Okay, and also, all right, here is an idea. If you give us the Magnitsky Act, we could send it to like a topic and all the other talk shows.
We have been trying to do that, and we don't know if they have speak about it. We even send the video of the thing at Runaway Entertainment Center, and nobody else has put it
all
out.
right. All right, so why don't you guys do a show with Mr. Rattigan and bring in Hot Topic and all the rest of them and give them the link and make we come together and do this thing? I mean, what can we do to further it along? I mean, if on a Saturday show you just bring in everybody for a quick half an hour and you exchange a link with them, and when they're doing their show, they send it out to them people.
We can do that if they will come on. If we invite them, they will come on.
Well, I will call a topic and the rest of them, and I'm suggesting to you that maybe we could think about doing it a different way because things are kind of moving a little slowly, and you guys work very hard, and I can understand your frustration.
No,
so whatever we
listen
can
to me.
do to help.
I am not frustrated about the Magnitsky Act. What I'm frustrated about is for us continually saying, Jeffrey, I must enter politics, or Jeffrey, the Americans need to come in. Hold on for me. Or Jeffrey, the Americans need to come in, and Jeffrey this, and I'm like, why should the American come in to do what?
Jeffrey, you are in politics. There are different ways of politicking. What you do is a different form of politics. Don't be bothered with that. All I'm saying to you is that all of us are on the same page with you. So let's think of different ways to do this. If the thing is not getting out to enough people, there are enough people listening everywhere. Have you guys sent out the Magnitsky link to Andre? I mean, Andre have over 5, 6, 7,000 people watching him every night. Has the link been sent to him?
I think it has been sent to him and also the video, ma'am.
Then maybe you guys need to just go over there and just do a quick show, like a half-an-hour episode.
If we get an invitation, ma'am, we will do so.
And then I will call Andre and ask him to invite you. How is that? That's me doing my part.
Okay.
Does that work?
Try it for me to see, you know.
I will. And you remember, we in this for the long haul.
Indeed.
You have had a long. I want you to go and go rest and pick up yourself and come back again stronger tomorrow.
Indeed.
All right, beloved. Keep the faith. No matter what, we're in this thing together. All right.
Yes. All right.
Take care now. Take
good
care.
Night. Yes. Well, we're gonna say so long for tonight. Can you pin the Magnitsky act? What I can do tonight, though, is we're gonna put up this for tonight.
The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans yard and abroad to its inaugural reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural Reconnection Rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Radigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica. See for yourself. The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans yard and abroad to its inaugural reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural Reconnection Rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Radigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica. See for yourself.
There you have it. They're having a big thing in Jamaica on that day. So go out and support it. I am trying to find the thing that was sent to me. I had it in my phone, but I think they have on disappearing messages. So I think it disappeared out of the phone. Well, let me search for it some more.
The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation and its global supporters cordially invite Jamaicans yard and abroad to its inaugural reconnection on June 21st, 2025 at the Ranny Williams Entertainment Center in Kingston, Jamaica. Bring your entire family for a day of food, fun, entertainment, and information. Get an understanding of the Constitution and the skills necessary to exercise your rights and your civic responsibilities as Jamaican citizens. You can't afford to miss this inaugural Reconnection Rally, June 21st in Kingston. Tune in for further information and updates to Reason with Radigan on YouTube and reggaeglobalradio.com, Saturdays at 3 p.m. New York time and at 2 p.m. in Jamaica. See for yourself.
There you have it. We need to get you to support that. I'm trying to find something here, but for some unknown reason I can't find it. Tomorrow we'll come back and we'll bring it over. We'll get it on for you. But remember to go to change.org. It is pinned in the chat room. Go to that. Do not, remember, do not donate to change.org. When asking for any donation from there, don't donate to nothing over there. You put in your name. You see a kind of pen thing like a red thing with red writing or whatever. You sign that. That's what you signed. It does not ask you to, don't donate anything. Do not donate anything over to change.org where the Magnitsky Act is where you're supposed to sign it. Don't donate anything over there. Please do not donate anything over there, all right? Do not donate anything over there. I want to say thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for being a part of this program. It has been a great program tonight. It's been a great program. You see this right here now? This is the donate only to the OJLDF.net. Donate to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. Do not donate to change.org. You need to donate to the One Jamaica Legal Defense.net. Not defense. Yes, One Legal Defense Foundation. Yeah. There's One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.net. There's OJLDF.net. You go over there and you donate over there. Do not donate to change.org. All right? Thank you all very much for coming on. This is we're going to say so long for tonight until you hear my voice again. May God bless you. May God bless our island home, Jamaica land we love. Have a great night, everyone. I think I need to get this here. Yes, have a great night, everybody. God bless you all.
Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.